Hi to all the new people out there. How are you doing? I'm trying to get ready for a craft fair. It's actually like a small town festival, and I don't know what I'm doing. Hi, one person. What's up? How are you? Where is my coffee? And where is my scissors and everything else? Hi. This is my craft room, also known as my crap room from my daughter. I really want to know how I sound when I'm really close to the microphone. Like, do I sound more annoying or less annoying? Hi, one person. How's your mama or Nam? Hey, Dina, how are you? I'm just being silly. I'm getting ready for a craft fair, and I also kind of want to talk about some fun stuff. If you're here, I know you're an artist, and I am not. I kind of want to show you. Have you heard of reverse glass painting? I saw it on TikTok. Thank you. And sorry for the pit stains. Life happens. I was so excited when I saw this because I thought I had the possibility to actually be able to like paint and it looked good. So I have never taken an art class in my life. In my high school, you can only take one elective, and I chose choir. No, I'm not gonna sing. But anyway, so I don't know how to draw. I don't know whatever, but this you can stick a piece of glass over a picture and trace it and color it and paint it. And you basically do all the details first and then you paint over it. So here, it kind of looks, and I think the technique has been around a very, very long time. Let me show you the finished one. It's so much fun. I have so much fun doing. And so the back, hey Nikki, the back, because you kind of do the detail, it looks really crappy from the back, and then you flip it over and it looks really awesome. But I was showing my husband, hey Suzanne, I showed him the awful side first, and he was like, yeah, and I'm like, don't, it's crappy. And then I flipped around. So if you know Among Us characters, I just traced over one and painted it. So this is the back side. This is not the good side. But then you flip it around, and it looks like that. And I understand that's very like simple, but for me, I've never been able to do anything like that before. I made one for my daughter, a pink one. I don't know where it is. Oh, I'm doing this backward. There it is. It's perfect. It's like, I think I'm book smart. So I'm just going to leave it at that I'm one of those people that I'm book smart, but I don't have much common sense. If I'm even book smart. I kind of also wanted to talk about a little bit of, I don't know, hypocrisy. I hate those words. Words that I can no longer stand. Hypocrisy, narrative, community, proof, evidence, receipts. There's probably more, but I don't know what they are. So Hello, Just Bill. Let me see if I can. I don't have YouTube up. I have something else up. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, hand painting on glass. I don't know. That seems like with the reverse glass painting, you can make so many mistakes and you just like I don't have to say between the lines. I really feel like had I grown had I been in school in the current time, I probably would have had like occupational therapy or something. I've never I don't think I have dysgraphia or anything, but I have a lot of trouble. My handwriting's bad. I mean, I'm sure I could be a doctor, but I just don't feel like it. But I don't know. So drawing a straight line or drawing anything, I can't draw a circle. I'm just so yeah. And the way that I've been able to be artistic before is like I can't really play. Do, 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 do. Used to do stained glass. Oh, I can put these up there. Suzanne says, used to do stained glass, a craft you can continually cut and burn yourself. Oh, yeah. I like those. Those are good. Those are fun. You can, Target, Walmart, CVS, whatever. I may actually go put my air on. It is very hot. I don't know. As you guys have heard me say about a bazillion times, I feel like a hypocrite. You probably haven't heard me say that, hopefully. I was inspired to start my YouTube channel because I saw people like LB and yeah, even KJ, whatever. I'm like, you can just sit in your room and like freaking talk and people interact with you. Awesome. Hey, Belinda. I don't see where yeah, there you are. No, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop. Let's just stop. Let's just stop. I think I kind of want to explain my history in not meeting, how I met you all and how you all met me. And why I'm like in the community, but I'm not, but I am, but I'm not. And why I think that some things I have to say have value and maybe clarifying some things. It's difficult for me when there are folks who talk about things online, talk about situations that have occurred, when I don't always feel like they are being completely accurate in their information. And I don't know. I was there when certain things happened, whether or not I. Thank you, Dina. Bye. Yes, I met Nikki through a debate about pineapple pizza. Case in point, that kind of. I'm all along with my thoughts. I have so many thoughts. I'm just trying to help my brain know which one to get out. I took a break at possibly the worst time watching Katie and Steve and Cheshire and everything like that. It was about the spring. It was like February something of 2020, right before the world shut down. I just felt with the situation with LB and Steve and Tina, when they all kind of just started fighting with each other, I'm like, this isn't really what I hoped it would be. I hoped we were trying to keep Katie accountable and not be able to hurt people, hurt their livelihood, hurt their channels, put out lies about them. Um, it absolutely does not. It never belongs on pizza, ever, 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 ever. Or ham. Pineapple on ham is disgusting. Again, I don't like my meat sweet, and you can read into that however you may. I have 2 children. But, so there are a lot of inaccuracies out there. Whether or not they're intentional, I'm not quite sure. I'm struggling with some things in knowing if it's completely intentional. For instance, no, let me get back to my point. I'm so sorry. You guys are gonna hate me. I swear I've taken my ADD medicine. Um, Probably just hasn't kicked in yet. I stopped watching I stopped watching Katie long before 2020, but I would watch Steve and Cheshire on their morning coffee thing. I was even I called in one time, you know? Even me and Bull had a little text back and forth because I was scared and nervous. I think it was the first time ever I called in anywhere, and he was really cool and was like, "No, you're gonna be fine." Um, and even didn't make fun of me when both Steve and Cheshire were like, "Okay, JC." And I was text Bull. I'm like, "What am I supposed to do?" He said, "Call the number." I'm like, "Oh yeah, do that." So, but hey, Megan, um, you put my comment on the screen where I stated it does so. No, I'm just trying to be. Oh, LB has you blocked. Eh, I mean, I didn't think I would ever be the person to block people other than maybe harmful people on the internet. But there have been some people I've recently blocked because I just don't want to see their stuff anymore. Or I don't know. I don't want to engage. I mean, one of them is clear and one of them is moderate also. Um, those are my decisions. So, I mean, yeah. But anyhow, um, I'm sorry that happened too, but I don't know. I just didn't really have a point after that. So, randomly online, like Christmas time ish of 2020. Well, I was online all the time. I just didn't watch um, anything Katie Joy related. And um, then I think I saw in a recommended feed somewhere, um, Tati was suing Katie. And I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. So, because I remember reading her, Katie's Pathos things about Tati as well. And so I found Katie, unfortunately, but fortunately, because I've met all of you, I don't remember the year 2018, 2019. I just don't remember. This may be repetitive to some of you, but for me, just kind of putting it out there online. So if anybody wants to hear how I came about, there you go. The Janny Schofield, and her family, her little brother, they were questioned whether or not they were being treated well by their parents because their parents claimed that both of them had diagnoses of schizophrenia. And in childhood, that's rare, and it's even more rare for 2 children to have it from the same family. So, she, I guess, reported on that. And I saw a video once of hers, and I thought it was really interesting and informative because for a while she did perceive herself as, or portray herself rather, as more professional, um, intelligent. I mean, she is intelligent for all that she does. But yeah, so I watched that once. I think she maybe had a handful of videos on YouTube, not very many. I, as most old people, didn't know about subscribing or anything like that, so I didn't go back. I don't think I was subscribed to anybody at the time. So, I think it was a few months later, she came into my recommended for something. I think it was about, I'm so bad with names. Gypsy Rose. So that was interesting to me too. Again, I'm not a social worker. It is my intent to become so. The World's Dilemma and everything else has put a little damper on my schooling, but I very much like psychology and finding resources for people. I was interested in, okay, if this family were not being accurate with, I am old. I'm super old. I'm 82. But I know you're a retired social worker. Suzanne, if you don't remember, I reached out to you. You may not. And now knowing any of you that I first reached out to, I'm like, oh my God, you probably thought I was a loon. But one, you talking about leaving like the church and still like questioning believing in God and but not wanting any of that abuse and toxicity. And also the social worker thing, like I think I emailed you, "Oh my gosh, I wanna talk to you, da, 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 da," and you're just kind of like, "Yeah, okay." So, um, what the heck is this? Oh, sorry. All non-Catholics are lost by their fruits. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um, sure. So, that story really bothered you too. Um, so I think by that time, I was more intrigued by her. She had said she was a parent to a child with disabilities. I am as well. Um, so it kind of went from there. And she was talking about being nervous about her son going to kindergarten for the first time and all of those emotions. And thought she was cool. My first time seeing her inaccuracies were with the interview that she did with people who were documenting or had close ties with the Gypsy Rose family. I think they were going to do like a documentary on her or something, but uh, that didn't turn out to be. Katie had done a live stream, pardon me, claiming that they recorded her and she wasn't comfortable with that. Basically, her story of the interview that she had with these two ladies. Then the two ladies came out and showed the recording of their interview. They didn't they didn't match. They didn't match. So, it's always odd to me when people lie about things I would consider insignificant. Why would that matter to you that you weren't exactly as professional as you meant to be? Or why would you be telling us one thing instead of the other? It seemed at that point that she, in my opinion, really wanted to seem a certain way seem a different way than she was. So that was a red flag. But I don't know this chick, just watching her. I'm not friends with her. Who cares? This is going to be so long. Um, so yada yada yada. The whole Amber situation. Yes, I used to watch She-Mom. I am old, but I mean, it came around when I wasn't so old. So I was interested in all of that. Then she kept mentioning LB. Like, I don't even know this person, whatever. Found her. Then I was really in the back and forth, you know? And then I saw the first video. I don't know if it was Schizo and Stereo or who it was that had a link in LB's chat of the video of Katie talking about LB. And when she and her husband were like sitting there one night and just saying the most nasty, vile, petty things. Um, but we, we, it made me feel like, oh gosh, you are intentionally cruel and you're starting to cause drama just for drama's sake. And then um I did a little more just feeling around and saw her articles on Pathos about like how to become, I don't want to say it was how to become famous or whatever, but she was basically saying that the way to grow anything you do, your blog, your social media, was to have fights with other people. And then that would bring followers because everyone likes a shit show. That kind of ties into why I don't like talking about my interactions with all of you on here because I don't ever want it to seem, if you see, I don't put Katie's name in anything. I don't, even with the Smokey the Bear stuff. I mean, I can claim that that was nice, but that was really just because I wanted to be a biatch. But I'm sure I could grow my channel doing and saying a lot of things, but I don't want to. I don't want my channel to be about that, and I never like taking the sleazy way unless it's with my husband. Other than that, there are shortcuts to everything in life. I like shortcuts in a car on a different route trying to avoid traffic, but you live long enough, you know that shortcuts aren't really shortcuts. And again, I teeter with this being a hobby, and if I ever could make $50 a month or something doing this, awesome. But the way and the reason I want my channel to grow is because people are interested in me and what I have to say and want to talk about the things that I talk about, my old magazines and um, all of that stuff. I want to find other people. Sure, if I had 5,000 people who all wanted to talk about that, heck yeah, I would be excited. Not because I have a bigger channel, but because I have that many people to talk about old freaking newspapers with. Hooray! And I think my husband would be so ecstatic too, because then maybe I would shut up about it around him. Probably not. He has his things too, don't worry. But I don't want to come across as an opportunist. However, me having that stance and hearing people continue to talk about things that have happened in the past online, inaccurately so, has made me frustrated. And I kind of want to talk about it. I don't want the back and forth either. If you guys could tell, like, when I spoke about Clear with the Black Mirror thing, she was trying to go back and forth in comments. I'm like, "No, I don't do that. We talked about this already. We talked about this privately. Good to go." And I get to talk about it. I'm not gonna have, like, a little back and forth thing with you. I'm just not. Um, at the end of the day, Suzanne says, "You have to be able to look in the mirror and be happy with what you've done." Yeah, I agree. And I've had a lot of days where that hasn't happened. So, I'm sure a lot of you can attest to, um, knowing certain life lessons because those are the ones that we've kinda messed up on. We learn through experience sometimes. What is Black Mirror? Black Mirror is a television show on Netflix. The way I would describe it, if you're familiar with the Twilight Zone, it's kind of today's modern day Twilight Zone with, like, technology twist. Every episode is like a standalone episode. It's a series. I think it had 5 series, but during the World Dilemma, they didn't make any more because I I wanna say that the creator was even he even tweeted something like 2020 is too Black Mirror for Black Mirror. So, I can't do any. Yeah, it's a TV show. Um, I'm not good at this. Oh, thank you. I love your sense of humor. Like the other day, I said, if I'm awake at 11 p.m., I'm either watching Dexter reruns or playing Monopoly. Yep. Playing Monopoly is important for a happy marriage for sure. But, oh, thank you. So here's some things that just burn me up, as my grandma would say. If we are going to, we as the cult that we are, going to point out and warn others of the toxic and at times life-changing behaviors that is Katie Joy, why wouldn't we do that with other people? And I'm going to say this, the issues that I have with Claire have nothing to do with Steve McCray. They have nothing to do with Moderate even. If I've asked you your experience with Claire, it's to piece together my understanding of the person that I thought I was talking to. I am not some little chick who sits here and is mean to people and gangs up on. First of all, I'm not being mean to her. And I don't sit here and go around and dislike people just to dislike them. Also, super insulting to assume and put out that I would be someone who would just blindly follow people. I don't even blindly follow my husband. I don't even follow him with my eyes open. He has a prosthetic leg and sometimes he trips and falls and it's just, ah, you know, I don't want to die. I find it very insulting that I got to know someone I thought on a level that my character was shown and would assume that I wouldn't be that way. And to constantly put out these vague statements, like anyone who's talking about Claire is just on the narrative, on, the Steve hate train. What? No. I find that insulting. Not even that you would think that way, but that you're putting that out there. It's not very nice. It's kind of childish. It's kind of mean. And it's just a weird thing that bothers the heck out of me, and I've seen some people, say yes. Both, Suzanne and I just kind of we were dancing around things for quite a while in our messages because we would say certain situations or the person I sometimes collaborate with or, you know, because I don't want to talk behind people's back with malice or um, just gossip. I have talked about people behind their back because I've started noticing odd behavior and stories not matching up and stories that they've shared with me once again about someone's real life and how they're interacting and affecting, which could be seen as dangerous. And I'm starting to notice that that's may have been a lie, especially now that maybe they're both moderators together, which also, oh my God, doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know why, if blah, why does everyone think being a moderator means something? It's so weird. I don't care. I don't care. It's just so weird. I gotta get some coffee. Nikki. Pass go collect $200. Well, that may be a different arrangement. No shame, man. I gotta pay for my stay here somewhere. I don't have a job right now. My husband's a breadwinner. Yeah. Like, well, you're past due. So, where are you at, Kat? Well, come here. Are you stuck somewhere? Lassie? Lassie? Where's the boy? Lassie? Is he stuck down a hole? My dog's gonna go find the cat. Oh, the thing that annoys me is the way that the Facebook group came about. I think it's like Teen Mom 15 or something. Some chick named Ashley, Katie was talking about. And in an Instagram live of hers one night, Katie was talking so much crap about Ashley and Teen Mom and whatever. Ashley showed up in her live and was saying whatever, like, shut up, yada, yada, whatever. But so Ashley herself created the Without a Freaking Clue Facebook group. Eventually, she left and other people took over. But that's another thing that I just don't understand. Why are we not clarifying? First of all, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So why are you, in my eyes, lying by omission by not explaining to people that you didn't create the Facebook group? It's just situations like that that just annoy me and give me pause, especially when someone makes accusations through a blocked Twitter page. And I can only assume I'm included in that vague accusation because they're talking about me, or I'm one of the people who have said, like, "Hey, clear, hmm, hmm." And yeah, if people want to talk about if they think she's mocking media, who cares? I personally think it's puddle, but who cares? We are grown people with free will. If you don't like what I have to say, okay. Bullying, harassing, intimidating others not to say things is just ridiculous. And I have messages. If I could pull it up right now, I will not. I will mess something up. But I have a message that I don't think they were threatening me, but they're trying to warn me, like, "Hey, we need to stop talking about Claire because these people are getting upset and you don't know what they can do." Like, I've seen them do, like, um, really crappy things. Yes, I don't know what happened, Megan, what they did, and Erin's live stream is just wrong. I haven't watched her. And let me just say this. I like Erin. I'm very disappointed by a lot of things that she has done in relation to me. She hasn't done anything to me. Let me word this better. I'm disappointed that she hasn't seen me for someone who thinks for theirself in situations like Claire. And we've had discussions on how I felt. I've asked her opinion on things. She doesn't have to think like me. I don't care if she still likes the chick. I want to keep a little distance if she does. But to lump me in with someone that is being mean or a mean girl to Claire or not liking Claire because of Steve, womp womp, you know? And then, yeah, I've called her. I know she has said that her messages are open, but, like, I've called you. I'm not gonna keep calling you about it. We've talked about it before. Like, I don't know what you want me to do or say, and also, why do I have to come to you? You can come to me too, you know? I don't whatever. Oh, sorry. Who said they started the Facebook group? This is the tricky part. I don't think Tina said that she started the Facebook group. And I know there's going to be shit and live streams and let's pick apart what she's saying. She didn't correct people on the multiple times that they said directly to her, the face group that you started, the Facebook group that you and Steve started, the Facebook group that you and Steve started. And again, it doesn't matter who started a Facebook group. It matters to me the weird things that people don't clarify and aren't super truthful on, if that makes any sense. What else do I want to talk about? What time is it? If anybody has any questions, I will answer them. I think. We'll see. How many licks it takes to get to a lollipop or a Tootsie Pop? I don't know. That owl. I mean, he bit it on like the number 3, so he's a liar too. You can't trust owls. And by the way, just in case, one time I will explain myself, I will never explain myself again. My husband has a below the knee amputation that I found out about when I was dating him by kicking him. And then he was laughing at me because I was embarrassed. Just telling all kinds of personal stuff. The way, if you know me and my humor and my sarcasm, my husband, same way. We flip each other off to tell each other we love each other. We tell each other we love each other too. It's going on almost 17 years. The way that I talk and connect with people, a lot of times, it's either through nerdy stuff or humor. So the comments that I just made about my husband falling down and stuff like that and back up, he's known as Peg Leg with a lot of his military buddies. Like, it's not, he's not sensitive about it. And I'm not being cruel by saying that. Shush, Sasha. People are allowed to walk by our fence. They live in this neighborhood too. You're just rude. Be a kind, friendly neighbor. That's not it. Let me see. You have 1,000 questions. Ask them all. I'm just tired of I'm tired of not talking about things because I feel like I'm gonna make Aaron mad. I feel like I'm gonna make Tina mad. I've never really talked to her other than 2 messages. One was on Facebook and one was on Twitter a long time ago, although I can't find my old message with her on Twitter. So I don't know. But it's nothing scandalous or secretive or anything like that. Heck, I used to email Steve McRae with my personal email about stuff. Again, I don't know what my point is in bringing all of this up. It's just, I guess I feel sometimes, well, no, I don't feel. When I tweeted about when Aaron was going to talk about Steve's side of the truth, and Aaron has always known I don't care for Steve. And I called her. We did a voice call with the 4 of us mods at the time and Aaron. And number 1, I was asking, please don't have Steve in the chat tonight. Like, please just don't. Like, this is going to be really difficult on us. I have personally, I don't think, ever asked you to do anything mod related, but please do this. And I was also giving her a heads up. Hey, I don't want to seem like I'm coming against you. And I know people may make a big thing of this online, but I'm going to show my support for Cheshire, even though I support her in this situation where I don't think she was treated fairly. Because again, I was around way back when. May not have talked that much, but I was around way back when. We share possum photos together. Or I share them with her, rather. Let's not make it seem. She has messaged me back, but I'm the pursuer in this situation, okay? I'm the one that pushes the possums, all right? It's me. I did. Me. I initiated the possums. On that call, I wanted to give Aaron a heads up, like, hey, I'm saying this because I didn't want it to come across to her like I was trying to be malicious toward her. In that phone call, both Claire and Aaron, more so Claire, were like, oh, you don't need to do that. I mean, Aaron didn't talk, but this is my horrible impression of them. Cheshire wouldn't mind. Cheshire, um, I don't know. And I stopped them saying, this isn't really about Cheshire. I don't really know her. It's more about me. I've seen things all along by people saying stuff like exposing Charlotte's name in chat. I'm a moderator in Aaron's, for Aaron. I went around asking people during that time, oh my gosh, I don't know half these people's names. I kind of do now. Thanks, Nikki, Megan. No, I'm just kidding. But they can attest, especially when I first started modding for Aaron. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. What's a PJ? Like what? Who? I don't I don't understand. Who is this? I knew who Steve, Tina, LB, Katie Joy. I knew of Little Red because I was around when Katie, I believe, put that little fake comment in her own live stream, making it seem like Little Red was saying something bad about Katie. Like, I was around back then. I've totally lost my point. I don't remember what I was talking about. Although Claire, Nikki, and Megan, and Britt, when she was there, got the heat the majority of the time I saw online and on Twitter when people would say the mods are just allowing this, the mods are da 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 da. They allowed Charlotte Stocks in the chat. I didn't know. I knew like of Charlotte. I didn't know her last name. I didn't know anything. And I want to go on record. I cannot pull up this message because I'm no longer part of it. But I did say a lot of things in private. When Aaron, and I didn't say it publicly because I didn't want to, and I'm not coming against Aaron. I still like her. I just, with a lot of you, like any kind of disagreement, it seems like, oh, JC's turned on Aaron. This person's turned on this person. No, these are actual conversations I've had all along in private. Just haven't put them out there because why? And but again, at the same time, I people probably don't know me for shit. Most people I interact with on here only watch Katie stuff or Katie community stuff. That's normally not what I talk about. So I'm probably not watched, which is awesome because I embarrass myself all the time. So awesome. But I lost my point again. I'm not coming against Aaron when I'm saying these things. When Aaron showed Charlotte's Facebook, I remember messaging, can't show the proof, facts, and evidence. Okay, sweet pea, because I don't fucking have it. But I remember saying, like, hey, why? Like, I know it's out there. And I said this in the moderator chat. I'm like, I don't, I know public things are public, but like, don't you think that's just feeding the fire? They're already upset with you. And yeah, I don't think, I mean, yeah, you can go find my personal Facebook page. I'd rather someone not pull it up on stream. So I had those conversations. And again, this isn't me bashing Aaron now. It's just having a different opinion. But I've always felt, whether through myself or through just what I feel others are trying to portray, that me saying anything like that publicly would come across as a betrayal. but I need to know that others out there need to know I'm not and never was okay with those things. I also would never allow a dox that I know of in a chat, and, I'm also in agreement that it didn't happen because it was the letter C with a dot, and it literally that's what I thought too, that medication, whatever it was, like, why does someone have a screen name of medication? Okay, whatever. Didn't didn't cross my mind, didn't whatever. It sounded like the medication Cialis or whatever. Had no idea what people were talking about. I think I tried to message someone named Hannah, someone named I'm like, "Oh my gosh, if that is happening," or tweet thread, whatever, like, "Please let me know. I would never I need to correct that. I wouldn't want that done either." Nobody ever responded to me, but, yeah, I'm not on board with stuff like that. But that doesn't mean I have to hate anyone. But again, over time, when I'm starting to notice things, I'm like, okay. If I would have known all this, I may not have like interacted as much as I did. And I think that's my whole point in bringing up when I came about because had I known that Erin and Tina were close, I didn't really realize that until I became a moderator for her. Because again, why would I? She doesn't have to tell me her list of friends. Um, I don't like hate Tina or anything, but I just probably would not have shared certain things. I don't really know. I don't know because Suzanne has, well, I don't know if I'm saying whatever. There are other people who I am friendly with online who interact with people I don't, but I feel super comfortable with them. I guess I'm saying I don't feel comfortable with Aaron, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that sounds hurtful, but it's the way the mop flops, the ball bounces, and the cookie crumbles. Can't remember what my grandfather used to say. Okay, I am so sorry. I have not been looking at chat. I mean, I can't kind of have, but oh, you and your husband are the same way. Awesome. There's another Facebook anti-KJ group I feel pretty certain is a KJ plant gathering information. Yeah, I'm sure. And that's kind of why I dipped out a while back when I did, because it just I couldn't keep track of who was who and what was what. And then during the and nor did I want to. I don't know if I'm coming across as a snooty asshole and saying like, this isn't why I came about and this isn't why I found Katie. And when she started acting that way, I left. This isn't why I originally liked Steve and Cheshire. And when they started acting that way, or I started seeing that behavior for what it was, I left. But it's just not something I'm interested in getting into the nitty gritty of things. There are certain people, like situations, and I hope you guys don't mind, with people I have become friends with, like Nikki and Megan and Suzanne, that I'm sorry for saying the F word with you guys, but that I am paying attention to and do understand more of what is going on and will stand up for them because I happen to know what's going on. If I'm not involved and don't have any interactions with the people, I won't, if that makes sense too. I just don't want to. I don't know why I'm afraid of coming across like a hypocrite, but I am. Like, there are certain situations where I involve myself, and then there's times where I'm like, you guys are drama doodle-littles, and I got almanacs to talk about, people. Same way with her husband. I'm reading things weird. That's too funny that you kids are that way. Oh, me and my husband. Kids, us youngins. My husband would wonder what was wrong if I wasn't a little mean with my affection. Exactly. There have been times husbands came to me and just been like, I love you. I'm like, what did you do? What do you want? Where are you going? Have it. Well, I don't understand what you mean when you say you got DMs saying don't talk about or to certain people because they're dangerous or something. I don't want to say the exact person's name, not for fear, but I would like to pull it up because, a lot of people want proof. But I don't know how to say it without saying their name. It was someone I was talking to. I came to them asking, "Hey, did this situation really occur with Claire? Hey, did blah 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 whatever." And then it became when I started speaking more publicly about her because I got upset that she continued. Well, I got upset with a lot of things. Let's just not re-go into things. When I started speaking publicly, this other person that I was talking to was like, hey, you may want to back off because, again, let's just say main players. I hope you know what I mean by main players. They use the main players' names. I just don't want to say them because if I don't have proof, it's going to be a shit show. I'm sure after this, it's already going to be a shit show. So that person in the email said, I'm just worried if you continue to talk about Claire or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, you don't know what these 3 people can do. I've seen them do stuff. I've seen them go. I don't know if they said real life or not. That's probably why, Belinda, it's confusing because I'm trying to do this off of memory. I'm not going to share my screen. Please, someone scream at me if I'm sharing my screen. Not that I have any. Well, maybe I've always got stuff to hide. Who doesn't have stuff to hide? I don't want you to see how many times I've tried to look up how to spell license because I just genuinely do not know how to spell it. Let's see. The word is out about Claire. People see, or they will at some point, as she can help, but at some point reveal her true self. And that doesn't need to be done in a public forum. It sure doesn't need to be done at the expense of TT, which I don't know who that is, and Julie using Nikki to push it and end up with Tina, I cut you, and other players. They may seem tame, showing how they can shred a person, because they can. Now, do I think Tina, Aaron, and otherwise knew that this person was speaking on their behalf? No, I do not. I don't. But why did Aaron show that? I'm assuming you're referring to her Charlotte's Facebook page. I think because she was because of the supposed docs that, again, I do not agree that happened in in a previous live stream, that she was, I think, trying to say that, first of all, it wasn't a dox. We didn't know her name, and it wasn't her full name. It was the letter C dot whatever. So anybody that you would have had to have already known her and known her name to know that it was about her. Plus, I think she was saying, this is not my thoughts. I think what she was trying to explain was if Charlotte really cared about her name being out there, well, you can just go search her name in Facebook or whatever else, and here's her name, here's whatever out there. I think she was trying to educate people, like, your stuff is out there, and if you don't want people to see it, know that it doesn't take much for others to see it, including Charlotte. I believe that was her intent. That I don't think her showing that made that point at all. I think it did the opposite. Same thoughts on Erin, even if I get along with her, Tina, and Steve. Yeah. Let's see. I gotta take another drink. And please, people, always feel free to come back when I talk about other things. Or tell your nerd friends. If you're not a nerd like me, tell your nerd friends who want to talk about whatever. Ooh, and Handmaid's Tale is coming back in June, the last season. I will have a lot to say about that. Full show. Stacy says, it's a problem when people will support anything as long as it's against KJ. I agree. Leaves a weird energy you can't quite put your finger on. I agree. That's why I feel weird about things I have pieced together about Claire. I'm not saying let's burn the chick at the stake. I'm saying, yikes, maybe we should be careful. And why is it? And it isn't wrong to compare things. Just not like it's wrong, or like it's not wrong when we compare Katie's contradictive behavior or malicious behavior. If we're dealing with someone who's cruel and intentionally deceitful with their cruelty, why would we not want to just say, hey, everybody, this person's doing that. Just want to let you know, do with it what you will. Just saying, hey, might not want to divulge too much to this person. And I want to go on record and say too, just in case it ever gets shown, my last conversations with Claire, especially about Black Mirror, at first I was saying, like, first of all, I was putting things on pause because my whole freaking family had COVID. And then I was putting things on pause because it was the holidays. I'm like, I just don't see me having the mental energy or capacity to do our Sunday Black Mirror streams. Let's do this after the holidays. And then it was, well, can I go ahead and schedule it? Can I do this? Can I do it? I'm like, no. And then I started piecing some of our conversations and different things together, i.e. when you tell me that, like, Nikki and Megan are behaving a certain way, and I also interact with them and talk to them, I'm like, that doesn't really seem like them. And then I start piecing together stuff, and then I'm like, are we telling the truth? Then I'm allowed to take the time to figure that out. And I did. And for the most part, I tell people, I tell Nikki, "Hey, I'm gonna go ask this person this. I'm gonna go find out for myself." I told Claire, "Hey, you're discussing this about Nikki and Megan with me. It's kind of unfair because I know all of the above. So I'm gonna go talk to Nikki and Megan and hear their side of the story." I'm I'm pretty transparent like that. My voice is going up because I'm questioning whether I'm always transparent. I'm probably not, but I try to be. So in my last messages with her, when I kept saying, "I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready yet," and then she scheduled one for in January. And yes, at that time I'm like, "I'm not ready to talk yet. I'm not ready to talk yet." After the holidays, and it was getting close to New Year's, but, like, I felt so much pressure. And again, at that point, I was unsure how I wanted to go forward with Claire without hurting her feelings. I didn't think that I wanted to interact with her anymore. I had to figure out how I was gonna navigate being a mod for Erin at the same time with Claire there in different situations. And meanwhile, while I was trying to figure things out, she was over here on my TikTok liking everything. She was liking everything over here on Twitter. I felt suffocated. Like, let me have the space that I need to figure this out, and then I will get back to you. But if you keep coming at me, I'm gonna need more space. So then she scheduled a Black Mirror stream with Josh. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? You know? And first of all, it was my idea. I'm the one, when she and I first started becoming friendly, was talking about the different things that I wanted to do on my YouTube channel, like literary history and some TV shows and movies that are more like symbolism, literary, whatever, or just deep thought. And one of them was Black Mirror. And she was like, "Oh, I like Black Mirror too. We should do like once on 1 week on my channel, 1 week on your channel. Cool, whatever." So I'm the one that stated that I wanted to do that. And again, it doesn't fucking matter. Anybody can stream about Black Mirror and anything else. It's just all that more insulting that she wouldn't give me space and also just try to continue on without me, which I have since given her permission to do, because I'm believing that I've got the golden curse. Once people interact with these people and have negative um, situations with them, seems like 6 months to a year later, they have a lot better interaction with their own community. So I'm hoping the same happens to me in a smaller scale, because I've got kids, can't do this all the time. But oh, some birds found my bird seed. I make homemade bird seed little like. So, okay, Dina says to Stacy, in my RH video, I said that this was a monster fed by those who wanted to see a guy called KJ. Yes. And before they knew it, their attack dog turned on them. Yeah. I think we even mentioned that to Erin about having him on her stream, even that first night. I don't know if it was me or someone else was like, "Hey, this dude, I think he's trying to use you to like get attention and whatever." And she's like, "I know, I'm aware," or something to that. Paraphrasing. Don't have word for word. Don't save all my messages and interactions with everyone, because that's weird. Fucking weird. Amber, I get what she was doing there. The delivery was a little off. Yes, I agree. And that's why I've stuck around. Yay, you're a nerd. Hey. I don't want to just write someone off because they have what I consider maybe like a character bloop or a maybe moral bloop, like, mm, they didn't quite murder anybody, but, I wanna give people a chance, but when there's a lot of those, then you know, makes perfect sense, doesn't it? She is Linda, same with Julie, so it hurt a lot hearing that message from someone I considered a friend, basically saying that I'm not smart enough to realize that if I'm being Oh, yeah, I am sorry, Nikki. I don't know if I've shared that with you before. I thought I had, but, I'm sorry. Bill, just Bill, except it's not just Bill, it's just Bill. I don't know if I'm a nerd, but I am strange. I'm super strange. Have you seen my collection of anything No, but I want to. Are you kidding me? No. Unless it's skeletons of people you've killed. And then maybe I wanna see it, and then I'm gonna call the cops. Transparency. Julie is a sweetheart. She is a sweetheart. I've reached out to her a little bit also. Hey, Reagan. Pressure to talk about a TV show? That's hardcore. It sure is, isn't it? It sure is. It sure is. It sure is. That would trigger my anxiety like crazy. I don't like that feeling suffocated by human thing. Yeah, I don't either. And again, I feel like an asshole for telling you guys that's how she acted with me. I feel like a complete cunt. But I am tired. Nobody's doing this. I've done this part on myself. I am tired of not saying anything because I don't wanna, like, the back and forth, but whatever, fucking let's go. Yeah. I need if I say I need space, I need space, and I can be pretty aloof, but that's me. If you guys can't even see, like, sometimes I randomly post stuff, randomly talk about stuff, and then I may not post anything for, like, a month. It's kind of how I am in real life too. I may talk to someone a whole bunch, and then I'm like, and you don't hear from me for a month, and then I just kinda pop back up. Hello. Except for my old dudes at the flea market. So there's this indoor flea market that I have a booth at. Me and my dad, he makes birdhouses. I do other stuff, not telling you. But my old people friends, I love them. And when I say they're my friends, I'm serious. I think I've had to get over like thinking I'm always going to have friends my age or whatever. They're my dudes. They like protect me. We talk about World War II stuff together. My husband often says, like, you're a retired old man because I go to my little booth a couple days out of the week and one day on the weekends. And I go to antique stores and show my buddies my finds. And it's a lot of fun. Because I'm weird. Well, I'm glad you got to wake up and see my face and all my clutter back there. You're welcome. You're gonna have a good day now. You're gonna have a really good day. Probably the best one yet. I'm looking out my window. I don't know. I guess that's it. I'm really dreading what the frick is gonna happen after this. Because I think what I wish is that some 2 people would come and talk to me directly, and, yeah, we can say you wanna do it in private. I do not wanna do it in private because this passive aggressive whatever stuff and acting differently, acting like you can't stand someone and then going on their streams and licking their butthole. It's a little too much for me. So I just keep getting enraged by seeing certain tweets. Enraged. Oh, I just bought 5 birdhouses made of recycled fencing. That's what my dad, he uses a lot of recycled things. They're used, so I have to sand them back and make them nice for the critters. Cool. Yeah. My dad he uses scrap everything for the most part. He has a little signature thing that he does. He puts a little teeny birdhouse on the outside of the birdhouse. And he has made a birdhouse, 2 of them that look like a washer and dryer, because he's weird, and that's probably where I get it. And some of his birdhouses look like outhouses, because it's also weird. Yeah, the passive aggressive bullshit is the worst. And I feel like I'm coming across as a hypocrite because with some of the things I'm saying names and some I'm not. You ever feel like with certain people it's kind of pointless because you know they're just gonna roundabout and they'll probably never actually talk to you anyway. They'll just keep doing passive aggressive tweets forever and a day. You're like, oh no, it's not about you. It really is, yes. Just speak your truth. Nobody should fault you for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I guess I'm both annoyed and grateful that I'm a little bit in this world. I'm grateful because a lot of you have been really cool. I'm annoyed because I didn't realize soon enough that some people were maybe just online to be mean to people. Hello. Belinda says that crazy feminist writer. Yeah. No, that's your name. Yeah, that passive aggressive thing with no names. Spare me because I miss everything. Autistic, I need shit spelt out a lot more than that. Yeah, I know. Yeah. 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 Again, I haven't done it yet, but I have so many videos that I've made just for myself of making fun of people doing that. And it's just helps me get it out there without coming on here and be like, "Oh my god, did you see so and so?" But I haven't posted them because I'm doing the same thing that I've made fun of in my own creations. Never say never, right? Never make fun of something because you'll become it. Hi, Hannah where did it go? Thank you. I appreciate it. I think you're the same person that you know Charlotte, right? I think. Anyway, I think you're the same Hannah that I don't know if I reached out to you in a tweet or message or whatever, but I was really upset that people would think myself and some others would allow a docs and Aaron's chat. Or anybody's. I wouldn't. I've doxed myself. I think I put my personal email on one of my videos, and I can't figure out how to edit it out because my technological life support, Nikki, just won't help me. She's just so rude. She never helps me with technology. Like, I ask her all the time, and she's just like, no. She's just, I mean, if there's anybody to be upset with and cause like a hate train for, it's Nikki, because she's just so rude and no one really likes her. And I think her feet smell funny. And it's just, who cares, you know? Nobody cares. Nikki helps me all the freaking time. She is probably annoyed to death. I'm like, she's like, okay, you can just do. I'm like, yeah, how do I do that? What's a that? What's a this? It's like, oh God. She's the one that helped me understand that I have 2 Instagram accounts for the Do Good Letters. I just do. And I recently found out I created 2 TikToks. I don't know how I did that. Where you go? Oh, that is you. Hello. I ain't checking nothing. I really, really like Nikki. I thought PJ did really well with her interview stream. I watched some of it. I don't normally watch her. Well, I don't think I've ever watched her fully. Have nothing. Don't know her. Don't whatever. I'm just, this face is because I am. I do. I have 2 of everything. I have 2 TikToks. See, what happened was when I log into my phone, like when you just go to like TikTok or Instagram, like I thought you can just, both accounts are under the same email. So I don't get it. I don't get how it created 2 different accounts. I don't get it either. Yeah, I agree. It was interesting too. And I think, I don't want to say it's the straw that broke the camel's back, but like to make me talk a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, what had happened was I do not get, I thought I was logging into my accounts from a different device. And then it was like, you don't have an account. I'm like, yes, the heck I do. And so I created other ones. I don't know. Yeah. And I'm not trying to call Aaron out, and hopefully this, whatever. We are asked to not say anything. Like, I don't even think I'm a mod for her anymore. I don't know. And if I'm not, super cool with that. I needed space and distance and things and stuff. So I definitely feel, and I'll just put this out there, that I believe Clear and Moderate were trying to set me up for something. Don't know what, but I think they were. So, yeah, you're right, Belinda. I think PJ did well asking questions and letting answers speak for themselves. Again, it's the clarity I think that I take issue with a little bit. Like, yes, we don't babysit the chats, but we are There's a fly in here if you hear that. I don't think these are bad things, but we are like, yeah, don't block them. Don't like just let people say, um, I don't know. What is an example? Help me think. Nikki, help me think. What do you I don't understand. What do you do, I'm assuming, when you're asked not to say anything? I think in the 2 instances, and I don't want this to come across like it was like, "Don't say anything, JC. You better not say anything." It was more especially, like, with the tweet with Cheshire and like, "Hey, I am a mod for Erin, and she's doing this stream, and since I am a mod for Erin and other people have said, like, uh, the mods let Charlotte's docs out and the mods this and the mods that, I just wanna clarify that although I am modding for Erin, like Erin, and will be in there clicking and clacking, I don't agree that I'm saying it weird. I'm on Cheshire's side in this instance, is what I mean. And that one I was, "Oh, you don't do that. Oh, you don't." First of all, it was kind of said to me like, "You're not, like, in this." They wouldn't think that, "You don't have anything to do with this." And this is coming from Claire, so let me clarify. And I said, "First of all, you don't have to be in Steve's inner circle to be affected by this." I started first of all, this is not a freaking brag or anything, but I've watched Katie from when she had like 1,500, 2,000 subscribers, whatever, and I'm invested. Like I saw the whole LB Katie thing go down. Um, you know, when her sister's situation happened, I've messaged her a lot because I'm a parent of a child with disabilities. When the issues between Steve and LB happened, I've messaged LB quite a few times. In fact, in the very beginning of me having a channel, I reached out to her and she said yes several times. I just never did it. Of her coming on my channel and talking about being afraid to put yourself out there online, even talking about entertainment stuff because of what Katie did to her. Like, I saw that happen, so therefore, I'm in my head when I'm online and, like, what do I talk about and what do I say and how do I like, is someone gonna come after me? Is someone gonna find my kids? Is someone gonna call the cops and act like I have drugs in my car? You know? I was invested, and to make it seem like I didn't have a right to say anything? First of all, where did you come from? Because you told me you knew Katie from her special needs Facebook group days. You told me you were in a mom Facebook group with her for special needs. So, yeah, that pissed me off. So that's what I did. Same thing I did in a moderator call thing. What the hell was going on when I was a mod for Claire? Some dude, Peter, whatever, was trying to tell us what to do. I'm like, I'm cool. I will do what I want. No, I will say what I want. Thank you for trying to give me permission to be able to speak how I want, but that wouldn't have even been an issue because no one can tell me what to say or what not to say. Except for my mama, and I don't even listen to her. Cause I say F this and F that, and she don't like that. And I say it anyway. Cause I like the F word. It's pretty. But so yeah, when someone tries to tell me or persuade me not to say something, I don't listen and I tell them I'm not going to listen. And anytime I haven't spoken out, it's for me. Same thing for the tweet with Aaron's stream with Cheshire. That tweet was for me. It wasn't for Aaron, wasn't for Cheshire. It was to let people know where I stood for me. Because it's all about me. This whole thing. Like, I actually created Katie Joy Paulson because I was bored. She's a robot. And I'm sorry, it's gotten way out of hand. I just needed something to do. And we're in a parallel universe and nothing matters as long as you don't forget your towel. And that last part is to find out if anybody is in here is cool enough to be my friend. I know Aaron knows what that means. Let me see. I couldn't stay for more than 5 minutes because I was getting mad. PJ did great, and Aaron has to be sassy like she always is. It wasn't acceptable. I don't know. I'm cool with sassy. I get what you're saying. It's more all the way. Oh, and something I never saw and wasn't around for the whole reading of things on Little Red Stream. I didn't even know that occurred, and I kind of actually wish someone God, this sounds so bad. I don't know what the truth actually is to what they discussed on stream and how it happened, especially in PJ's live last night. People saying, no, Aaron, like you guys were reading it. And then when the chat turned on you, like you kind of held back and started saying you believed Katie and whatever, but you guys were saying you didn't believe her at first. Yeah, I was MIA from the whole Katie world at that point. In fact, the way I found Aaron, pardon me, I think she was on Cheshire's stream one time. And I remember seeing her face. And then one night her face came up in my recommended feed. And I was like, okay, a face, I'll watch it. So, and she was fucking hilarious and she still is. And again, I kind of communicate through humor because it's what a lot of awkward people do. Not saying Aaron's awkward, but she's awkward. But she's not awkward. But she likes pineapple on pizza. But so the stream that I started chatting in and Aaron's live stream first was when she was speaking about Charlotte talking about Nat. And saying she shouldn't do that and we should interfere and whatever. And what I appreciated about Aaron was, I don't know, I'm kind of scared to go back and even look at that stream to see like how I acted. Cause you want to talk about snarky and sassy and everything. I think I was a little bit of a bitch to Aaron. I'm like, I think people can say whatever they want. How the hell can a YouTuber, blah, 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 and interfere with a child? Like, I stand by it. But I appreciated that Aaron was funny. And she let people say what they wanted to. And she still does. And my being a bitch to her didn't turn her off from talking to me and getting to know me, like, on a, online level. I haven't changed how I feel about things, but you know, I thought she was cool. I still think she's cool. I just wish she would not be dumb sometimes, but I think she's cool. Whatever. I'm mad. Can you tell? Like, I like her, and we haven't really talked, so whatever. I'm just kind of I think she's disappointed in me, so I've heard. And if that's not true, people are trying to speak on your behalf. But I've heard that she's disappointed in me, but I haven't had a conversation. I'm not going to chase anybody. Hey, are you mad at me? No. Anyway, so I came back, or I came around during that time is when I started watching and interacting again, and had no idea Erin's past online history. And I have never gotten the chance to figure it out for myself in that regard. I am taking Erin at her word in that she didn't um, read the actual report. But that's always bothered me if people ever thought I would be okay with reading anything like that online. I think it's super tricky situation with Katie because, yes, Katie did. I don't know. Is this like, what is it called? Subliminal? Is this Freudian slip? Katie. This is a sign for Katie. This, go look up what this means in sign language. You're welcome. I just said the F word online. But Katie said the dude's name, said the officer's name, tag people, tag whatever. Not cool. And especially with her track record of honesty, where's the line of how we find out how honest she is? I'm on the fence with that one. Not the reading of her actual report of what happened, but of seeing if the officer really did what he did or what she's claiming. I mean, again, I've been around from almost the beginning of Katie's YouTube career, and I've seen her do a lot of things to a lot of people, and at least try to ruin people's lives. And I can kind of say I'm a little hypocritical on that one. Let's see. Amber Chick says, I was in that stream in the chat on Little Red's channel. Erin did, in fact, change her tune due to pushback from chat. I believe the stream is still there on. Really? Oh. I mean, I would like to watch it because I would just like to figure things out for myself. And that's kind of where I was and have been with a lot of people. Like, there's no way to say this without coming across as a catty cunt. At least I don't know how to. I didn't watch Claire from the beginning. I didn't know she had 10 different accents, which I've also gone on to say I think it's fucking hilarious because I a lot of times just for silliness and awkwardness, well, I'll talk in a British accent, very horrible one, in fact, but just sometimes I just go on a whim and do, and I had no idea any of this stuff was going on. Because had I known that there was such a difference, I'd be like, no. And it's not it's not a telephone voice. It's a completely different accent. Kanga knows. Does anyone miss Sue M? I sure do. I love that cousin. I've never met her, but. And here I have. That's interesting. Thank you for sharing that. That Amber chick. Hannah says, Steve was asking in Aaron's chat a few days ago why PJ won't talk. Be honest with him. I figured he was going to show up last night. Ugh. Walmart Gandalf. That was me. I did that. You're welcome. Oh, I'm going. Yes, the changing her tune, especially lately, bugs the fuck out of me. I can feel this way. If I'm talking shit about someone and then they're like, hey, here I am. Do I get a little like, oh, hey, I have to own my shit. You know what I mean? Do I act scared now or do I own my balls? Well, I try to own my balls. Might be just one, but I try to at least offer it up. So, being professional, being kind, being an adult. Hell, I say hey to people I don't like every day. I don't run up to the mom in lemon juice pantyhose and say, I fucking hate your face. But I also don't run up to them and say, your asshole looks delicious. Can I lick it? I just say, hey, nice to see ya. I don't do that. In my head, I do. But I know they're not cool and I know they wouldn't reciprocate so I just leave it at that. Although I can understand the fear, I sometimes find it odd when there's a complete change in demeanor from not caring for someone very vehemently, if that is even the right pronunciation for that word. Put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Shush. But, and then just, hey, how are you? You did this so great. Blah, 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 blah. Now I feel like an asshole for doing that. But again, whatever. It's how I feel. There you go. Stacy says it's hard to have honest talk with Steve unless you're going to tell him he's right. Why would you even want to have an honest conversation or any conversation? I did tell him a pirate joke one time. Anybody remember that? I think it was when he was on Aaron's stream one night, and I was just so freaking tired of the people coming in every time he was on there, the weirdos that came in and just having a block, 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 block. And like, I don't think Mrs. Cassandra was there that night to sing. So I was like, all right, I'm going to ask Aaron for a link so I can tie up a pirate joke. Do you want to hear it? Because it's awesome. Okay. What is the pirate's favorite letter? You think it's R, but it's really the C. I couldn't believe he actually said that. Who said what? I think I missed it. I'm going to move on. I don't know what that was. Yeah. Yep. But this means that. What is it? This I just spit. whole thing of spit just came out of my mouth. You are welcome. That was disgusting, and I'm so sorry. That means poop. If you're on TikTok, follow Definitely Gary, and that's Def as in DEAF. He is freaking hilarious, and he it would be like learning sign language for me, I think. I would gather. It's still there. Okay, I'm gonna go watch it eventually. That Amber chick, me either. I just wasn't interested in Claire. I don't think it sounds catty or mean. Thank you. I don't want to, but I also want to talk about it. Yes, I miss Sue M so dang much. She was cool. She was super, super cool. I mean, I think she's always around in our little pal charts. That little dog that travels around in the stroller. Yes, so cute and funny to me. I agree. I miss her walks when she would show us the kangaroos just chilling out. Hell, I miss her door, you know? I miss her door. Miss your door, Sue M. I miss your door. I understand. Her chihuahua was our common thing, says Nikki. I also had a chihuahua with a stroller at the time. Aw. Bye, Suzanne. Yeah, unless anyone has like a question, I think I'm probably going to go. I've been on here for a buttload. I don't. What I don't want is someone not to come to me directly and do a stupid stream, and then I'm just going to be pissed. Because not that they would. I don't care if people do streams about me. Well, except for that one guy. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. I should have just said that the whole time. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Good night, Belinda. Thank you for listening. All right, ladies and gents. Just Bill? Skeletons? You're so making a blooper reel. Awesome. Yeah. I think I gave you plenty of material. Like the big embarrassing spit drip. At least I didn't pick my nose or my crotch or pee on camera or have a booger in my nose, I don't think, or tell hundreds of thousands of lies and have people sue me. So there's always that. Insane. All right. Love you guys. Take care.